I've been waiting 1 year to get this guitar and finally it has arrived. Guitar champion, this is the Ibanez SFS 727. Here we go. Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? I'm 𝗚𝙗𝙦𝗚𝗚 back from my practice dojo and welcome to today's video. 1 year ago, the French shred maestro Stéphane Forte announced that he's going to get from Ibanez his signature guitar. And as soon as he announced that, I called my friends from Ibanez Germany and told them, guys, I need this guitar. Why? First of all, because I'm a big fan of Stéphane Forte's music. I love his playing, I love his style. He's an incredible modern shred guitar player, really like the modern incarnation of Jason Becker, Marty Friedman. If you're a fan of this, and if you're a fan of Jason Richardson, highly recommend to shred out Stéphane Forte if you haven't yet. And second, I always loved his designs and the guitars that he had so far, because he used to have two LA custom guitars. A shape that I really like. It's thin, it's ergonomic, it's metal. 27 frets, like on my main guitar, the Ibanez 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙤, or like some of my favorite guitar players has their guitar designed, like for example Rusty Cooley, and a wider cutaway in the lower horn. I love this kind of designs, I love the look for it, so I couldn't wait for his signature guitar. And then 2-3 months later, I met Stéphane in Berlin, where we made a video together about his signature guitar. There we were talking about the whole history of that guitar. And then more months passed by and I constantly asked my friends from Ibanez Germany, hey, how is it with that guitar? When can I plan to receive it? And they told me, sometimes it can take a while till the market, the European market, will get these kind of special signature guitars, because this guitar is only available in the European market. Maybe something in the future as well in the American or like the Asian market, but so far now it is only available in the European market. And they said, it could be, maybe will be November, December. And then November, December passed by and I was like, hey, the signature. And then, yeah, soon. And now in April, I finally have this guitar. And I played it now for a couple of days and I couldn't be happy. And I will tell you today why. And why it's worth to check out this guitar, because these guitars are now in certain stores available. So definitely check out the link in the description box where you can find my gear on Thomann. And there you should find this guitar as well, as long as it's not already all sold out. So you better do it right now. All right, let's get a little bit into that guitar. We have a basswood body with flamed maple top, all access neck joint, a low pro edge 7 trem, which I can't stress enough. It is one of my favorite trems. I constantly tell this here on this channel. I don't like the trems where the screws are sticking out too much out of the trem and is hindering you as you're blocking your way while you're picking smoothly across the strings. By the way, before I forgot, if you want to speed pick like this, then I highly recommend to check out the ZEN of Speedpicking, my big online masterclass about speed picking, where with more than 50 licks, 10 etudes, 4 workouts for everybody who can't afford 8 hours of practicing every day, and a bulletproof 1 year long practice plan, I guarantee to you this online class will bring your shredding to the next level. It's not boring exercises. These licks you can use as well for your next shred solo. So check the link in the description box and don't miss a chance to get 50% off on the ZEN of Sweeping, my big online masterclass about sweeping, when you buy the ZEN of Speedpicking. So, I'm sorry, I have to do this so I can afford guitars like this. Thank you very much for your support. Now let's continue. We have a 5-piece maple wenge neck with a rosewood fingerboard and the special SFS neck profile. I will talk about this in a minute, because this is a really interesting aspect of the Stéphane Forte signature. 27 jumbo nickel silver frets, and as the pickups we have in the bridge a Seymour Duncan Nazgul pickup, and in the neck a Seymour Duncan Hot Rail 7 pickup. And speaking of pickups, I would say let's find out how they will sound. So, but now let's talk a little bit about the neck that we have, because the neck is really special, as I've mentioned in the interview with 𝙤𝙤𝙦𝗟𝗏 already. There I only had like the chance to play this neck for a couple of minutes. Now I had a couple of days to play with this neck, and we don't find any other Ibanez with this type of neck. So if you are not a fan of an Ibanez neck, this guitar is probably something for you, because this neck is not the thinnest type of neck. This one is 19mm thin. We also have 18 and 17mm, especially like in the J-Custom designs and models of Ibanez. But this one is extremely flat when it comes to the radius. It's extremely flat, and it's more like D-shaped instead of C-shaped. So this neck actually reminds me more of, let's say, a Jackson neck, something like that, for example. An Ibanez neck has a little bit more rounded edges. This one is pretty flat. I can understand where this comes from, especially for people when they want to have their thumb in the middle of the neck, which is something I wouldn't recommend anymore nowadays. But I can play on this. I don't have too much of a problem having my thumb more up here where it stays fixed, where it mostly stays fixed on this guitar. So it is something that I have to get used to a little bit, but it is definitely not bad at all. And now you might ask yourself, why doesn't this guitar have a wider cutaway, like for example with the 𝙤𝙤𝙦𝗟𝗏 LA custom signature guitars? Well, that's something that Stefan will tell you in the interview that I made with him, so you better watch this as well if you want to know more about this guitar. And now, I would say, so far my result of that guitar is, it looks extremely good. I mean, look at this. I love the look of that. It sounds great. The Nazgul and the hot rail pickups, that's something new for me. I'm not too familiar to common with Seymour Duncan pickups. I'm more like the 𝙗𝙗𝙢𝙢𝙗𝙗 type of guy, but I get used to it more and more and more. And now, of course, the biggest question of all is, can this guitar shred? And I would say, let's find out. But now, of course, the biggest question is, can this guitar shred? And yeah, I would say this guitar can shred. As long as you can shred. For this, probably the ZEN of Sweeping, the ZEN of Speedpicking can help. But I would say this guitar is really cool, useful tool to express yourself while shredding over the fretboard as lightning fast with all kind of techniques like alternate picking or sweeping or like tapping and whatnot. Ah, god damn it. Woo! Okay, I have to say I'm in love with that guitar. The wait is finally over and it was absolutely worth it. I recommend to check out this guitar. And of course, I highly recommend to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a nice comment if you like, and get more shreducation on this YouTube channel. I hope you liked this little video. I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. I wish you, as always, a lot of fun learning, practicing, and mastering the guitar. Cheers and power your progress. Bye.